Hi there, Simon from simonwood.com, faced with 5 Pinot Noirs here. Now we have got 2 Louis here. We've got Louis Jadot and we've got Louis Latour. We've got 3 wines from the 2 of them. That doesn't mean 1.5 each, as I'm sure you understand. And then we've got 2 Kiwis to finish. Let's just set in. We have got Louis Jadot to start with. Côte de Nuit Village Le Vaucrin. And 2008 vintage. Give it a whirl. Interesting one, this one. I normally think of Jadot as being a bit on the, certainly when they're young, a bit on the tough side. But this is really quite jumping out of the glass and going, hello, hello. Starts off with like bits of red fruit, so red cherries, raspberries. And then the more you swirl it, the more you stir it round, the darker elements come out. A bit of plum, maybe a bit of blackcurrant even. It smells like, in terms of what I think of as the standard Jadot style, it may be a little lighter, and it doesn't feel like maybe someone has gone for as much extraction as I was expecting. No bad thing that. Could be a more ready, charming, easy to drink wine. Let's have a see. Now when you come to taste it, the structure kicks in. You've got that almost peppery, stalky-like character, bit of acidity, and this juicy fruit round it. But yes, it's weird. It smells quite forward, but actually when you come to taste it, it does still have some uncurling to do. Nice wine, yeah, a bit fuller bodied than I was expecting, a bit juicier, riper fruit, and very attractive. What time are we now? It's about 3:30. I think come 7 o'clock we're on duck tonight. That will go rather nicely. Next one, the other Louis, Louis Latour. So this is Louis Latour Marsanne, same vintage, 2008. So Côte de Nuit Village, was it Côte de Nuit Village? Yeah, and Marsanne, both in the Côte de Nuit. Neither of them at the top of the appellation tree, but still capable in the right hands of doing decent, honest, juicy Burgundy. 2 things I notice about this. First of all, the colour, it's a lot paler, and the other thing is it's got this more rounded, softer, more tender fruit. Tender, is that the right word? Well, it feels like the fruit flavours here feel a bit simpler, ever so slightly jammy. It's a style that I often find in Louis Latour reds, and I always think of their white wines as being that little bit better than the reds. Here, it feels like it's going to be appealing and honest, but maybe not as aristocratic as the Jadot. It's a simpler, less concentrated wine than the Jadot. It's got some of that acidity, which I associate with 2008 vintage, and maybe it could do with a little bit more fruit to support it. The Jadot had it. This one doesn't really have it. It's okay. I quite like that ever so slightly jammy strawberry edge, but there really isn't all that much beyond there. I want a little bit more from red Burgundy. Let's see whether Louis Latour's southern French outpost, Domaine de Valmoisine, can come up with that. So the 2009 vintage, and they probably had like more than 20 vintages here now, so it's hardly a newcomer in Pinot Noir terms. Well, just when I pour it out then, first thing I notice is a greater depth of colour than the Marsanne. Let's see whether it's got deeper. Can you have deeper smells? Well, let's see if we do. There's a slightly medicinal, sulphury edge here, which I think will blow off with a bit of time. It's a year younger than the other 2, so maybe it just needs to uncurl in the bottle. It feels like it's got more concentrated fruit and, yeah, deeper flavours than the Marsanne, and more on that darker fruit side. So if it is red fruit here, maybe it's on those darker berries, things like the loganberries, the raspberries, and going over into the blackberries too. Doesn't feel like, again, it doesn't feel like it's going to be a hugely complex wine, but I'm expecting a bit more depth of flavour. It's weird. I'd almost like the fruit depth of that with the soft structure of that. I noticed that slight sulphury tannin edge coming through. I'm left with a flavour that is on the verging on the meaty and not sulphury in bad egg smell, but just giving that slight rubbery edge. Fruit flavours, yeah, as I say, these dark fruit characters. But it feels like somebody has maybe overworked them a little bit. It was deeper in colour, so they've probably done more extraction. But in extracting more flavour, they've also extracted just a little bit more slightly green tannin. It's okay. Jadot's still pick of those 3. Let's go down to another country, New Zealand. So we've got two from these, both from South Island? Yeah, both from South Island. Waipara West in Waipara. Waipara West was one of the, really pioneers of this part of the world. So if you don't know this bit, it's north of Christchurch, south of Marlborough. Yeah, a different beast this. I mean, this is richer, fuller bodied, cherries, raspberries, and it's a really dark fruit. And there's also like this oaky edge that's giving bits of coffee, bits of chocolate. It smells like it's going to be rich and honest, but again, I'm maybe looking for a little more complexity, but let's try it and see. It's almost something like apples in there as well. Apple and blackberry pie, you get that, it's like green apple acidity. I like it, but I would like it if it didn't have that appley edge. If I wanted something that's, if you're going for a fuller fruit style, I want something where the flavour I'm left with is not on that slightly hard green side. It may be that it just needs time to calm down. This is 2010, so it won't have been in the bottle all that long. But at the moment, there's that edge of what I call skinniness, as if somebody has just maybe left the fruit, the juice on the skins for a little bit too long, and taken out, as I was saying with the Valmousine, a little bit of the greenness along with the fruit flavours. And a slightly convected finish, but it's okay. Final wine, another New Zealander. We are higher up the coast here in Marlborough. Are we in Marlborough? Yeah. Marlborough Reserve Pinot Noir from Villa Maria, 2008 vintage. Again, it's the richness of fruit that marks these out as different from the Burgundies. It feels like it's going to have this rich, concentrated, dark fruit edge again. Cherries, black cherries, those loganberries, blackberries. Not so much the blackcurrant, but compared with the Waipara West. Here, it feels like it's a slightly more confident wine. It's it's 2 years older, so it has had time to calm down in its bottle. But it feels like it's a more complete wine. Well, let's taste it and find out. Funny, I prefer the way it smells to the way it tastes. I was saying about over extraction on this one and this one. I think they've also done it a little bit there, and I'm getting this slightly hard, ever so slightly bitter edge, stalkiness, and some of those what I call the skinny tannins. But the fruit that is there, it's rounded, it's rich, it's juicy, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's the one with the screw cap. I've just opened it. I wouldn't be surprised if in 3 or 4 hours' time that does flesh out. And fill the structure, if you want to call it like that. It's my second favourite, but for me, what makes the Jadot stand out is the fact that it's complete, and it feels like the whole thing is growing, rather than this, which feels like there are bits that are disjointed that still need to come into harmony, and I'm not sure whether they will. It's good, but I'll be drinking the Jadot tonight with my duck. See you soon.